A patriotic crowd made for a beautiful sight. The halls lined with red, white, and blue at the Traverse City Airport.
We're letting them know that they are not forgotten.
Young and old holding the American flag to send off our heroes. Heroes embarking on one final mission, 70 years in the making.
They really don't realize how important they are and were in our lives in the United States.
Nothing could prepare the 61 veterans, most of whom served during the Second World War, for the trip they were about to make. Paul Pippley, a sailor who spent time in the Pacific, loaded onto the Mid-Michigan Honor Flight with his fellow comrades. A free trip for the service members to see Washington, D.C., and the monuments built to honor their service. They landed in Washington to a hero's welcome. For many, their first visit to our nation's capital. A visit taking them back in time to the event that changed all of our lives.
Awe you when you come up and see it again, with all the people that, died.
The World War II monument was the first stop.
Just something great in here.
Brings back a little memory, that's all.
This was the first time Air Force veteran Robert Carter got to see the monument in person. He's 89. His son Reed came along too. A day full of emotion.
I don't know whether I have any or not. I can't explain it.
Was it everything you thought it'd be?
And more, and more. Never had any idea it was like this.
Mildred Bradkey is a retired Marine from Midland.
I feel like I would like to cry, but I'm proud.
She's 92 years old. Women were not allowed in combat back then, but she served on the home front.
This is the first time I've been to Washington, D.C. I'm overwhelmed with what I see.
She says she never expected comrades by her side 70 years later.
Because look at these men. They've lived for years, but look, they gave up the best part of their lives for the country. And that makes me feel so patriotic.
She and all the other veterans got to see the Marine Corps Memorial and then the Korean and Vietnam memorials. But for the war heroes, Arlington National Cemetery, the most significant of the stops.
Makes you think how much was sacrificed to this country.
The changing of the guard at the tomb of the unknown soldier. Then taps for those men and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice. High honors for a member of the Mid-Michigan Honor Flight, laying a wreath at the tomb of the unknowns. Air Force Colonel Donald Kilpatrick served in World War II, the Korean War, and Vietnam.
To be able to take that wreath up and put it on an unknown soldier, that's very few people have that honor. To be with the people you know that have done the same things you have and saved the country.
I broke into tears. And I very seldom cry. But when they done it there, I did cry.
The men and women spent 6 hours at our nation's capital, a roller coaster of emotions for these members of the greatest generation. The flight home came with humbled hearts. And getting off the plane, a welcome home party from the same people who sent them off.
I mean, you can't put it into words except for the warm, fuzzy feelings, the tears, the pride. That's what it's all about.
And for the 61 veterans on the Mid-Michigan Honor Flight, mission accomplished.
To have the day that we did and then be able to go with my son, wonderful. If you have the chance, take it because you'll never forget it.
And on a personal note, this honor flight was exceptional for many reasons, but the number one reason for me, you got to see history with the men who helped shape it. In Washington, D.C., Andrew Keller, WNEM TV 5.